Had fun. I think Norwood is live now. He's here. He should be on, people. You know, y'all see me close all the time. He requested to be live. There he goes. What's good, my people? you starting off. I ain't got no list up. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Father's Day is tomorrow, and my 6-month-old daughter has decided to regress in her sleep training as of the last week. So she was sleeping 9 hours, like 8:30 to 6. We was like, good. I was like, oh, this shit easy. I guess I missed saying my prayers one night or something. Shawty, like God was like, ha, ha. What you thought was about to happen is not gonna happen. Uh, so I have been. We have. She woke up twice last night. She's good now. So I ain't got no list up. I woke up 4 o'clock, then woke up at 7 o'clock, fell back asleep, and realized that it was 10:30. I was like, oh crap. Yeah. Which was lenient. I was cool. You think so? Yeah. I was about to say. I think that kind of legitimizes that it was a toy gun, and I think that basically says, "Hey, stop being an idiot." I think 25 games to submission is stop being an idiot. That's what it is. I think losing. He lost $40 million last year. He's gonna lose another 40 to 60 million dollars this year in bonuses. Plus, he's not gonna get paid for the games. I mean that's almost $100 million, dog. Like again, he needs to get better people around him because they missed the mark. You, sir, I joked about it when I said be an NRA. You need to go to the gun range. Yeah. Oh, you talking about the 800 million? I didn't say you can't worry about the 800 million you never got. What I said that last week. I said that last week. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, but it's a different scenario because Tiger ain't break the law. Like he was just like trying to show loyalty to a company, and the company fucked him over. That's what that was. Ja allegedly. Well, actually, he ain't really break no law. I guess did he really break? Well, no, in Denver, he definitely broke the law in Denver. You broke the law twice. Well, once, and then you joked about breaking the law in the second video. Oh, can't hear Norwood. Oh no.
Think
There you
I
go.
don't think he was joking at all. Um, I do think that I don't think that he needs anybody around. I don't think that he knows the good people around him. I think he needs to go into self isolation, and everybody. And I hate to say it, parents included. T, you want to be at all the games and kiki and laughing and having all the fun. Then when it's time for the rubber to meet the road and you to be a parent,
Disappear. Where is T Morant? That is true. I ain't even thought about that. Where art thou? Ain't no caping. Hey man, hey. The shoes was trash. But LeVar Ball looking better and better and better in the light every year. Every year, LeVar Ball looking better and better in the light.
LeVar said you get in trouble one time in this household. That's it.
LeVar, hey, somebody owe that man an apology.
Yeah, the world does. The world, but and not the world. The guys who support the Splashcast. Shout out to you guys. Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you for being here on this beloved Saturday morning live. But yeah, I think that me and Reggie both have come to the conclusion this is a relatively easy
what do you
suspension.
Think about Nike standing next to him?
They're not standing next to him. They're standing next to their pockets. They already bought them shoes and made them. I'm not abandoning myself. If I'm going to abandon anybody, it's not going to be me. We have inventory of sneakers to sell.
So you don't have a problem. Well, I guess Adidas is different. So it really wasn't Nike.
Wait, I don't. Well, ask your question so I can make sure that I'm clear about what I'm answering.
No. I was gonna try to tie it back into like the whole Kanye situation and people like basically dropping him, but he's not with Nike, he's with Adidas, so that's why I abandoned that.
Yeah, and completely different situation. They knew going into the situation with Kanye West that he was a lunatic, and you decide to do business with a lunatic, then you get all of that. You don't get to abandon him because you don't like what he did. You knew what you signed up for. Ja's a little bit different of a situation. But at the end of the day, they already made these shoes, and every time they post them, they sell out immediately.
And they're not going to. AJ made a good point. They can't lose. They lost Kyle. Oh, that's what it was. That's I meant to say Kanye. They lost. They gave up on Kyrie with the whole book, right? With the whole book thing. They was like, no, you're anti-Semitic, blah 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 about when he reposted the book, amongst other things. But that was the ball. That was the incident that got the ball rolling. Now you come back. Hold on. Wait. You come back and bring Ja. That's a good point. You can't drop Kyrie, whose shoes sold out. They were selling out every year. Kyrie was team AAU, and then you come back with Ja, and now Ja fucking up. That you can't lose two. That's basically two in a year. You can't lose two signature athletes in a year.
So they didn't lose Kyrie. They were trying to break up with Kyrie. You know how you're in a relationship with somebody and you ready for them to do anything so you can just blow it up? That's what they was doing. They were already, remember the last sneaker that he wore, they had a big war about, hey, I had no input on this sneaker. I didn't like this sneaker.
Right.
So that preceded all of this. So as soon as he did the Amazon book link, it was like, oh, you know what? He's anti-Semitic. We don't support that here, even though we support all types of other atrocities.
Nike really wasn't mad at the anti-Semitic and use it as you're saying that it was used as a scapegoat?
Exactly. Hey, this is the easiest way for me to get out of this relationship. He did this. Look at 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 this.
That's bad.
And I mean, don't matter. Kyrie side with Anta from what I've seen, and I'm sure they're gonna pay him a boatload of money.
Who's Anthony?
That's the one that Klay Thompson is with. It's the same one I think that
Oh,
Dwayne
it's his
Wade did
version of the Way of Wade's.
Yeah.
The Chinese place.
Yes. And yes. So, and I've just read some stuff about the Chinese basketball market. I won't get into it yet, maybe in the weeks to come, but that's the biggest market in the world other than U.S. and
Why do you think Adam Silver was over there tap dancing with Daryl Morey messed up?
Wait. But I'm talking about like their league.
Fertitta.
Tillman Fertitta.
Yeah. When they messed up, that's the yes.
But I'm talking about like their own. They have 3 leagues there, and I guess they're blossoming and doing really well. So all of that together in conjunction makes them very, very important, even more important than we've considered them in the past. I mean Nike, but I mean Nike is also okay. They got Luka, they got Zion. I'm sure he'll be selling athleisure soon. Jason Tatum. They got the future. I mean, he seems to like to be comfortable in more ways than one. So yeah, I think that works.
Oh man.
But while we're talking about sneakers and a person who specializes in sneakers, we go right into your boy Michael Jordan. Sold his majority stake in the Charlotte Hornets, and I'm kind of conflicted. How do you feel about this?
Black Power me is like, dang, we have no majority black
owner. Correct.
owners. He was the only one, and really was the only one for, I think, the only one ever, if I'm not mistaken, majority owner.
Yeah.
But I mean, you did it for 13 years. You didn't come in and then sell it in 6 to 18 months. You stayed 13 years. Your investment went from 270 to 1.7 billion, and you still keep a majority stake of ownership. So if they do take off and become
minority,
I said a minority stake. That's what I said. I thought I said. You still keep ownership. Business wise, I can't be mad at that, dog. I can't be mad at that. Not business wise.
The other part that I have to be cognizant about is it just wasn't that good.
Now, that is a stand on his career. I mean, his.
I don't think so.
Legacy.
No.
Yeah,
what? Okay. I'm the greatest basketball player ever. I'm not the greatest basketball owner ever. 2 different jobs. You don't expect Jamie Gertz to get out there and shoot free throws, do you? Or Tony Wrestler? Those are the owners.
He didn't play basketball, did he?
Okay, no. So I don't think that should go into the legacy. I don't think that the owner part of Michael Jordan should go into the legacy. I think that should go into the business part of his legacy.
So then, wait. So
it's always good when he
so you're saying you should separate anything off the court away from what's on the court?
No. I didn't say anything, but I don't think that Jordan as an owner has any reflection on his basketball legacy.
I think everything you do in basketball is a reflection on your legacy. Because that's how they view you.
And who are you comparing me to?
Other owners.
No, but no. You need to compare me to other people who have a basketball legacy.
That's what I'm saying. All of the legacy is made of everything. Like Steve Kerr, for example, right? Or any coach. You coach. Steve Kerr played basketball and he coached. There's a lot of people that play basketball. Steve Kerr he's a good example, but he was good in both. There's a lot of people that were bad at basketball that became good coaches and made it to the league and made it to the Hall of Fame.
Steve Kerr was regular. He's a regular ass basketball player.
He was good at what he did. No, you can't do it. He was
at being regular.
NBA basketball is about niche.
Oh my God.
He was good at his niche.
He's a regular basketball player. Okay, Steve Kerr and Kyle Korver. Same. Korver probably had a better career than Steve Kerr. So I'm not gonna say hell yeah.
Steve Kerr got 5 championships? 4
career management. career management. And the other part about that is, as the better you are, especially back then, the less control you had over even where you played. So you can't.
So
No,
it was by
hell
chance
no,
that he went from the Bulls to
no. When you at the end of the
Spurs.
when you at the end of the roster, you have the flexibility to be like, oh, well, I'll just go here for a couple years. I'll go here. The rest of those guys didn't have that opportunity, especially then. No, Steve Kerr was he was let go enoughable. I know I just made up a term that he could go anywhere. Hey, Steve, you don't want to be here no more? We'll help you on out of here. Where would you like to go, my friend?
It wasn't about him not wanting to be there no more. They didn't want to pay him.
Yes, but I mean, well, that's what I'm saying. That goes into not wanting to be there. No, I don't want to be there at this cost. I want to go somewhere else, and these people will pay me.
And I'm gonna.
But for me, no. Steve Kerr, regular, degular, everyday basketball player.
So he's regular. Steve Kerr regular.
Yeah.
So is Robert Horry regular?
Yeah. Big Shot Bob, man, I hate to put Robert Horry in the damn Hall of Fame. Y'all joke Draymond for being a triple single. At least Draymond was on the floor for the majority of the game.
I didn't understand that one. I don't see how Draymond is not viewed as a Hall of Famer. I don't see that.
Big Shot Bob, I love him to death. Excellent basketball player. But for 82 games out of the season, he's averaging like 6 points, 3 rebounds. Bro, that's a no for me. But I mean,
appreciate you, Russ. It's on YouTube.
Congratulations to Jordan. You made a bag. You're still the minority owner.
I think that's the biggest thing for me. He's still a minority owner. Very rarely do you see people sell and then stay there.
Oh, no. You know Mike but you know Mike is a control freak. You know he's never giving it all up to somebody else with anything tied to him.
I don't know if it I think more you're right about him wanting to fade out of the spotlight, but I think he's too ingrained in basketball and North Carolina because that's where he's from.
And if you're Adam Silver.
Wait, hold on. For them to totally allow him to leave. If he totally left, I don't know if it would be the same. So I think it's mutually beneficial for him to stay and keep minority ownership.
And if you're Adam Silver, you tap him on the shoulder like, hey, bro, just keep it. We need no. We do. We surely need those. But we also need you. You are widely considered the greatest basketball player of all time. You know, you might not have been the best owner, but at the same time, we don't want you to be absent. It's like certain people, the sport is just better when certain people are around. And he's one of those guys. He has a lot of mystique to him. And he's the elder statesman now. I mean, more than ever now, as some of the older greats pass on and age out, you know, he's right on the cusp of being like the new Kareem type of guy. But
he had 65% controlling ownership of the Hornets. I'm responding to one of our viewers. Nick said, what was the percentage? He had 65%. I believe he's going to still own like 10 to 25% of it.
So he still get to speak in the meeting. That's what that means. Hey, now. Hey, no, don't. Hey, But I think that this is actually better for him too. Hopefully, they get a new team of people in there to run the team.
Yeah, I'm not talking about run the team. I know what you're talking about. But J. Cole is another face.
He was a wise decision. He was a very wise decision. This guy is from this area. He's been supporting us, and at the same time, it allows us to incorporate some of the culture in there. I think that especially I told you I was done right after he fired Borrego. I thought that Borrego did a great job with what he had. And at that point, once you fired Borrego and then did not have a top tier replacement, you're consistently not making the right moves. I think the only good move that I really liked that he made, LaMelo.
I would say you can't really mess that up, but Jordan can. I would say, it's cool. I'm not gonna belabor the point. I'm happy he sold. I'm interested to see because he's still in the last tidbit of this is he still has to make the draft pick and go through free agency before the deal is done. So like the paperwork, they've come to agreement. They still got to go through the paperwork and everything, and that won't be done until like after the summer. So you still have to pick, and they are talking about trying to trade. New Orleans wants Scoot Henderson, and New Orleans is trying to get off of some players. So I've heard Brandon Ingram. I've heard Zion, of course, but I've also seen the name Brandon Ingram floated through there, which would be interesting.
I've heard
he's from North Carolina too.
I saw that they are not interested in Zion. And there's a guy, once again, who you may know as Norwood Stradamus, who said that you should have got rid of Zion years and years and years ago. And now everybody's like, oh, trade Zion, trade Zion. So it should be interesting, even though I did hear that New Orleans is not interested in trading him, which I truly do not understand. At that point,
I think the reasons they want to trade him are different from what you were saying trade him by, which is why I was roll my eyes when you said I told y'all. I don't know if they're truly wanting to trade him for basketball purposes. Yes, he hasn't played. Yes, he's been hurt. But I think the straw that broke the camel's back and what they wanted to trade him is because he embarrassed them. And when Mariah Mills, yeah, that was messy. But when she started, like you said in the podcast, when she started saying stuff about the Hornets organization and what he was doing and telling him all that stuff, that's when they were like, we don't know if we can keep you around here, big dog. I don't know.
That means you have discretionary issues. But also, there was a report that says that he does not have a relationship with his teammates in New Orleans nor the organization.
Well, that was no. When they took shots at him after the seventh, after the game, after being eliminated from the playoffs, they took shots at him immediately. Like,
well, that's basketball stuff. Like, when CJ McCollum said, "Hey, we need our best players to play," at that point, that is technically basketball stuff that will get you traded. You get paid.
I don't think they were going to trade him because of that. That's what I'm saying. I think the Mariah Mills is what was going to make them trade him. You didn't hear anything about trading him until the Mariah Mills stuff came out.
That's true. I mean, it could be
unless you think it's a job,
a little bit of both.
Unless you think it's a Kyrie thing where like we want to get rid of you, but we need a reason why. And now this came out,
and that is kind of it because he was so highly touted. New Orleans hasn't made enough good moves, specifically with the way the thing. Even though I don't hate it, the Anthony Davis situation, the way that he left, you do risk pissing off a fan base. And remember, New Orleans is a team that's holding on by a thread of staying in that city.
Yeah, because Seattle is like, hey. You can send them right this way.
And Vegas. The Golden Knights just won a championship.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They won. They won a team in Vegas. So, I mean, a lot of it, you're right.
Own them, too. Yeah. Yeah.
There's definitely.
Y'all better get it. Yeah. Yeah. Man.
That's the reason I'm saying you need to trade Zion and get you a good basketball player. Winning basketball games fixes all of this. If
that's why they want Scoot, though. They're trying to trade for Scoot. So I don't know who they trade for Scoot, though, other than Zion or, Pillow Talk does sink ships. I don't know who they trade for if they trade for.
That one was sunk that ship. That was,
her.
That Guac Master 4000.
She tried to sink that duck. Shut it.
What?
I don't. That's. I don't know.
Get out of there.
I don't know who else they trade. It has to be Zion or Brandon Ingram. There's nobody else. Trey Murphy, while he's really, really good, is not worth the second pick. You're going to have to give me a lot of players if you try to trade me Trey Murphy for the second pick. It's Scoot Henderson, who's viewed as like a Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook hybrid. Like, nah, you're going to have to give me something like Zion or Brandon Ingram for that pick. I don't know if New Orleans is willing to do that.
No, I don't think Charlotte. From what I saw, Charlotte does not want Zion. No. That's a bit like I think sometimes people miss. These are Ben Simmons trades. This man averages more games playing when he played for Duke than he does for the New Orleans Pelicans. Why would I take that guy and put him on my team and he has all this excess baggage? No, I
Well,
don't.
since we here though, there has been a team that has been rumored to possibly trade for Zion because they have a disgruntled star that has a decent contract.
I know you're not going to say Portland.
Atlanta.
Oh,
He has been in the news multiple times saying Atlanta has the assets to trade for Zion.
Hey, Zion is meeting these women and he is moving them to New Orleans. He gets to Atlanta, where they are in the natural habitat. You would never see him play. You will never, ever, ever see him play a game of basketball. If y'all trade John Collins for Zion and some picks, oh my God, do you know what? Zion you will never see him ever in his entire Atlanta career. He will talk about consumed.
That boy Norwood is at a loss for words.
Because I know what Atlanta will do to you.
All these strip clubs here.
Man, he will be laid up kissing everybody in the mouth. I love you. Move your family down here. I'll take care of your kids.
You move your family down there. They already here. He's the transplant. They here.
No, because they moved from other places. They leave their family back in North Carolina, South Carolina. Oh yeah,
got a spot here already. I'm gonna let you know that right now. It's just
you need
Airbnb right now.
Zion, where you need to get to is where you can't get to, even though it's probably Utah. That's where he needs to be.
Be the new Karl Malone. Don't be Karl Malone, but be the new black guy.
Yeah, there's a difference between everybody's legal with Zion. These women actually are older than him.
Older.
Yeah, but Utah, they allow you to have multiple wives there, which seems to be kind of your thing. And I told you it fit for two reasons. And I mean,
there's so many double entendres. I told you
it ain't a lot of it ain't a lot of natural resources in Utah for what you're looking for. And for the team, it'll be very easy to spot when you got one in town because everybody gonna see.
She gonna be sponsored by Pinup.
She gonna be the only. No Lord, oh my God! If I playing $5 dance night, that boy.
Oh man, Atlanta is the blackest NBA sports town you will ever find, and if they bring Zion or James Harden or John Wall, anybody that likes the hose, no offense, I'm talking about garden tools. If anybody likes the garden tools, Shawty, Atlanta may not be the place for you.
And you know what? We just stupid enough because our ownership ain't doing nothing but playing 2K anyway. We'll trade John Collins, and then they will have their team will be complete.
We'll see. We will see, man. All right, let's move on to football real quick. So, this is our football segment from episode 107. We were gonna do it live on Monday, but
the Nuggets won.
The Nuggets won the championship. So, which was interesting. It was kind of anticlimactic, but it is what it is. And for all y'all that told me I was tripping and disrespectful for picking the Nuggets in 3, I'm gonna let y'all know again that they were a blown 15-point lead from a sweep.
Okay, they was also moments away from going to Game 6 too.
No, they weren't.
I think the Heat were up.
I told you why see, it's on YouTube. I love it. Say what you about to say. Say what you about to say. It's on YouTube.
I really do like that fact now. So when people be like, "Oh, hold on, hold please. Let me click this link." You said I said what? But I mean, they were competitive to the very end of the game. They had a lead with like 3 or 4 minutes left. If you could say they was almost a sweep, then
they came back to make it a game. They were up, and what I'm saying was when we watched that game, you can go back. I said, Miami is playing their heart out, and they're up 7.
That's true. That's 100%
I was
true.
like, that's not looking good. Third quarter, Denver came out. I was like, it's over with. They got the lead now. I mean, they had the lead at halftime. I was like, it's over with. So, but anyway, back to football. Hey, Deion Sanders may need his left foot amputated. He already got 2 toes cut off. He has poor circulation. He basically has dead foot. Has poor circulation in his foot, and he has no feeling there. He said he has no feeling at the bottom of his left foot.
And apparently is it's messing up his blood pressure. Mm-hmm. Like that area of his body is really ruining his blood pressure. We all know as middle-aged black men, blood pressure is something you have to pay a ton of attention to. And I think that they probably gonna try to go amputate more toes first before they go for the whole foot. But it's just it shows how real football is. Because Deion still looks like he's in really good shape. And it's the irony of a guy who made so much money by being so fast at his feet getting paid. And now just kind of betraying him.
The irony is hurtful, man. He was one of the fastest players in the league. He was never the fastest because of Darrell Green, but he was one of the fastest players in the league, known for his speed, and now his foot possibly could be amputated. It's just
that sucks, man.
It sucks. So prayers. We gave him a lot of shit for leaving HBCUs.
Oh yeah, but
and going.
We don't wish that on nobody.
But that's about sports. Deion the man, dog. We never wish that. So prayers up for Deion. We don't want anything bad to happen. Hopefully you make a miraculous recovery. Shout out. This whole gambling thing with football seems like it's getting out of control until more and more details come out. So, the Detroit Lions, a bunch of players on that team, Jameson Williams for one. What's the dude that just got? He likes Pokemon. That got traded to the sign with the
Jamal Williams.
Jamal Williams was another one.
No, he didn't get hit with that, did he?
No, he was in his name was in the report at first.
I was like, I don't think he
got
Jamal Williams wasn't. Now, if you said he was betting on Pokemon, I'd be like, yes. Him betting on sports, I don't feel like he even watched ESPN. He'd be like, nah, I don't want to go to work. I mean, if it don't have to do with my job, I don't really care.
But now it turns out Jameson Williams did not place the bet in the Lions Allen Park facility. It appears that if he placed a bet on a college football game from his hotel room while on a Lions road trip. If that's the case, I don't really know if he should be punished. I mean, I know the rules. I think the rules need to be reevaluated if you guys are in bed with Caesars and gambling, but I can't bet on college football or a game or another sport almost.
And what came out and what it is kind of misleading. Mm-hmm. The way that this is set up, we were under the impression he's betting on his team in the locker room or in the facility. You can't do that. Hell no, you can't do that. But if I am in a hotel room in a bet and I bet on a college football game, well, what the hell does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, how y'all gonna let me FanDuel, like you said on the podcast, how y'all gonna let me FanDuel for fantasy football, but then I can't bet on a college game?
In the bed, in a hotel, on a whole nother game. I'm not playing in college football because I play in the NFL. They honestly owe this man an apology. Because you know what people gonna think? Same thing we said. The hell are you doing, son? This is dumb. Well, if you're gonna make me look stupid like this, and we know that perception and branding.
They ain't said nothing.
Yeah. You know that perception and branding, specifically when it comes to NFL, there's so many players, it's competitive to get a job. Teams might not look and get this part of it. I don't think the vast majority of people got this part of it. But they surely got that ticker that said, do. James Williams suspended for betting. You borderline could sue.
That was my next question. I was like, I mean, you've cost me millions of dollars in branding deals by doing that. Should I be able to sue? And who should he be able to sue? The NFL?
Until this report comes out, nobody is touching me. There's nobody interested. I am the plague. Mm-hmm. And either you have to be more responsible in what you report, or you have to be more responsible in where you get your information from. But that's a you problem, and I want my money.
Yeah, yeah. There's some. What Shannon Sharp said. I want my restitution.
Yeah.
Something got to be. Something
I
got to be
need, I
done.
need, I need, I need cash. Don't play with me.
But on a serious note, there's got to be some. It seems like they have no type of training, no type of compliance meetings, no type of nothing about. Hey, don't gamble.
What? Well, no. Every year, the NFL makes all of the players. They have to do like a 1 day lecture workshop. Yeah, so that you know. So that's that's kind of the caveat. We all have the continuing education, whatever it may be, for our job, where they make you learn about safety and all this other stuff. And you're like, all right, sure, you take that stupid test. But if any point you do anything stupid, they say, hey, Chris, looks like you attested to this on such and such date, such and such time.
This is more. And to me, that's not training. That's CYA. Like if
you know that.
I know it is, but and what I'm saying is,
you probably know more than anybody. I'm sure they'd be like, hey, click here. Do you know how to do this? Can you jump off the ladder? When the chemical spray, what do you do? And if you do any of those things wrong, they say, hey, man, we covered that with you.
Yeah,
in other,
it seems like it needs to be done though. In other news, go ahead.
Travis Rudolph found not guilty on all 4 counts. This is actually a very nasty situation. This is another person who had so much opportunity stolen from them. And the bad part is, the only thing that he did was protect himself from a person putting a legitimate hit out on him. They had the girl in court talking about, well, yeah, I wanted to hit everything except for him. That's not how guns work, man. That is not. And I'm happy that he's free, but the damage has been done. I mean, I hope that he gets another chance, but.
Well, I don't think he was, yes. So the backstory is his girlfriend at the time, he broke up with his girlfriend or broke up, something. They had a dispute. She sent her brothers over there and told them to fuck him up. And
no. She said shoot it up.
Oh yeah, she said shoot it up. But she said in court, I didn't want him to hurt him. I just wanted him to scare him. Well, the thing is, when you in Florida
that's
or
terrorism.
You in anywhere in the South, you have to assume that if I'm bringing a gun to an establishment, that the establishment has a gun. And he had a gun too, and they missed, and he did not. And she lost 2 people, and he shot 4 people. There was 4 people total, and all of them got shot, and he didn't. So that tells you something. But he and one of them didn't make it, I believe, and the other 3 were in.
He definitely killed one of them, at least.
He killed one of them. And they caught her in court, and she basically was attesting, like, yeah, I told him to go shoot it up because I was mad, but I didn't want him to hurt him. And I don't know the severity. I don't know if she that's like RICO. That could be like a RICO charge. Like,
put her under the jail, put her under the jail for attempted murder. Yeah, should put her in jail for the dude who died about this. And on top of that, she went into trying to commit an act of terrorism. You're trying to use a gun to scare somebody. That is domestic terrorism. No, go to jail. Do not pass go. Put her under the jail. Them other fools who went over there, y'all just, number one, you deserve to be shot.
Second of all, nobody deserve to die, but you deserve to be shot though.
Oh yeah, if first of all, if it's 4 y'all for one, and then y'all all get shot and he don't, you definitely deserve to be shot. And you need to learn how to duck or zigzag. And yes, press all the charges on her. And on top of that, I mean, y'all need to stomp that lady out too when y'all get out of jail. She ruined y'all life in the process.
Yeah. And I was going to say, he really wasn't like a star wide receiver, and all of that stuff. But, I mean, he still was going to be able to play in the XFL, the USFL, well, maybe not the XFL, but all these other places. There's a lot of opportunity to still make money playing football, even if it's on the side.
And how much money did
He lives in Florida. When you go to a big D1 school like that, and I think he was there when they were good. Like, you are pretty much set up for life in Tallahassee. You can be whatever you want to be.
You got to remember, number one, you've taken my future football probably away from me. There's some PTSD I'm sure that comes with somebody making an attempt on your life. It's not like you just wake up and like, all right, well, my life is cool now. And on top of that, how much do he have to spend in legal fees in order to get all of this taken care of?
Oh no, there's a suit. There's definitely will be a suit after this where I'm suing you for all legal fees.
Ooh, well, she probably don't got no money. You can't get blood out of a turnip.
No, but you can squeeze every bit of juice out of that mug. Listen,
Nah,
I want the house, the car.
I'm gonna get somebody to squeeze the juice out of her.
No, that didn't work for her. You can't don't do it now. They got eyes on you. It didn't work for her. It didn't work for her. But anyway, the last thing I want to say on this is protect black men. Protect black men. Protect black men. Protect, especially on this Father's Day Eve. Protect black men. Zion out there getting finessed by 30-something-year-old women.
No, he's not. He was finessing her.
Yeah, he was. He was finessing her.
And she's still on Twitter going on.
Ryan Mills still going crazy. Still going crazy. Hey, man, this is what happens like when you graduate from high school and college and you go become like an athlete or get a job and then you come back and kick it with your favorite science teacher from 10th grade. This is what Aaron Rodgers and Sauce Gardner look like. Like, they got like a secret handshake now. Aaron Rodgers does look like the cool substitute teacher of the Jets minicamp right now. He does.
Hey, if y'all go back, once again, this is another thing I love about having a podcast. I told y'all, do not bring Aaron Rodgers to your team. He is going to make it get him. Y'all have found the guy in Sauce Gardner, number one cornerback in the NFL as a rookie. And now what is he doing? Looks like he's making handshakes, and it looks like they're smoking weed.
It's legal in New York.
I don't care about that. Do you think that Roger Goodell is happy about this? And it's been everywhere.
Does Aaron Rodgers give you any inkling that he cares anybody in power is happy or not?
And that is the reason I told you not to bring him to your organization, because he's going to make it ghetto. Now, y'all over it. And all it's going to take is for y'all to start losing. Look at that. Bad influence. Y'all focus on the wrong things. Drug use and drug behavior. You know they like to throw all of that in there. Sauce may be problematic. Yeah, all of that will happen real quick.
Yeah, on a football note though, Aaron Rodgers out there throwing dimes out there. They out there. They are out there looking fantastic in 7-on-7. Of course, everybody looks fantastic in 7-on-7. But
don't I tell you that every week?
No, because the Jets haven't looked good in 7-on-7. Nobody said anything about Zachary Taylor Thomas. It was all defense. I don't know. It's Zach Wilson, right? There was Zachary Taylor Thomas.
They still talk about Zachary Taylor Thomas more than they talk about Trey Lance. That's a different discussion for a different day. I've never seen a football player be more hidden than Trey Lance. But I just don't. But Aaron Rodgers, if I'm running the organization, Aaron Rodgers cannot be. He is a constant threat to authority, to everything that I am trying to manage. Nope, can't do it.
They win a Super Bowl. They win a Super Bowl. The New York Jets that's like the New York Mets winning the World Series. If the New York Jets win a Super Bowl, all of that will be for naught. No matter what you say, all this.
Now, I'm gonna tell you right now.
They will be the happiest organization ever. Smoking the weed, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If they win, you know who this is the worst on. The Giants, and I think it might be worse on Buffalo, the Jets. Buffalo already barely holding on. You got Josh Allen. You got Diggs up there, looking not too happy. You are the guys who's supposed to do it. You're supposed to be the team in New York right now. Nobody really believes in the Giants. We just waiting on it to blow up.
I'm going to take a shot at my own team, but I think it's the best way to understand my point. I think Buffalo is like the old Georgia Bulldogs. They're really, really good. Really, really, really good. They should be their title contenders every year. They're picked to go to the Super Bowl or picked to go to the national championship every year.
Just can't get it right
and they
though.
can't get over the hump. They can't get over the hump. They got Josh Allen. We had Matt Stafford. You got Noshawn Moreno. You got AJ Green. You have Stephon Diggs. You have Gabe. You have all these people, all these parallels, but they can't get
But
over
just
the
can't
hump.
win.
So I think that's where So when you say it's bad on Buffalo if the Jets win a Super Bowl, I don't think so, because nobody expects Buffalo to win. You hope they win. They have
Them
all the
people
pieces,
paying Josh
but
Allen all that
nobody's
money.
disappointed when they don't. No,
And
except for Buffalo.
everybody wants to say that Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the NFL. They want to
No,
say it so
who
bad.
wants to say that? Who?
If you look at, they want to put him ahead of Mahomes. I think they want to put him.
They want to put Burrow ahead of him.
No, well, Burrow said that for himself, bro. Until I beat him, no. And I respect him for that, man. I really do respect. He's like, nah, it's Pat.
Jamar Chase, like who?
Pat who?
That two rings.
Pat said Pat two. Pat one, Pat two. What about you?
But I mean, the Jets, man, if they seem to have a lot of camaraderie. I think the biggest thing with Aaron Rodgers over the past 2 or 3 years is that he never comes to OTAs.
Bro.
He never comes to camp. He just shows up at the beginning of the season. Now it looks like he's putting in work. This could be a problem.
when you need to do some image cleanup, you show up to some things.
Image cleanup, he get paid $160 million.
Yes, but in Green Bay, his image was starting to be tarnished. And then he came here. This is supposed to be his new start. Hey, look at me being, interacting with the young guys and all of that. But this, I feel very confident this is gonna go south. And when it goes south, it's gonna burn hot and fast.
Like
Speaking
this.
of burning hot and fast.
Oh, y'all.
Woo!
The XFL lost $60
million
dollars. For those on
Jesus.
Instagram watching us on YouTube, I'm showing a graphic. The XFL lost $60 million.
The only person to lose more money than the XFL is Ja Morant.
Tiger Woods.
Woo. And that other dude, I'm sorry, I don't know the Chinese golfer's name. They say he lost a billion.
Yeah. I'd be mad too. But yeah, the XFL lost $60 million, and they're trying to figure out what to do and how they're going to be able to move forward, because you can't obviously lose $60 million a year and stay in business. One thought was to combine the XFL and USFL and make it a 16-team league, which I am not against. If you are, America is dead set on having springtime football some kind of way. So
and I think it's good for the NFL.
If you're going to do that, then go ahead and combine the XFL and the USFL, because I think that's the major two, and figure it out. You'll have, that's the only option I see.
I like that option too. I want there to be a developmental league for football. Having two does seem to be relatively redundant. And I think that, if you could have 16 good teams, specifically, I do think that there should be more of an interest like the G League, where teams have a team, especially as much money as these teams make. As the NFL, if every NFL team was to say throw $5 million towards this league, it fundamentally changes what you do for this league, and you can offset the loss. But you can have a feeder system then, instead of taking now. And I will say the Falcons are pretty aggressive about going after these guys, but all teams don't seem to have the same level of interest. This allows you to have a better connection, a better filter, and maybe since you don't want to give black head coaches jobs in the NFL, maybe you start them in this league. And at least then you can develop your coaches into, you can have your Nick Nurses of the world who start in the G League and are constantly successful. And then they end up, getting an NBA job. Well, hey, just using him for.
And the USFL, because they gave HBCU athletes an opportunity. It gave them the opportunity to show that they're pretty good. It also gave undersized quarterbacks that were athletes, like De'Aaron King, that played at Houston and went to Miami. He was in the XF. He was in the USFL.
Oh, your boy Ben DiNucci. He owes his entire career to developmental league because we saw what he played like, and then they were like, "Oh no, we'll give him another G."
Yeah, so I like the idea of them combining the leagues. If you combine the leagues, you make it a developmental league. The NFL, as much as they're trying not to, and they are fighting it. They had the NFL Europe as a developmental league to try to make it global. It ain't really worked. But if you can do that here, there's too many players that want to play football. There's too much need or want, whatever you want to call it, for football. And especially with all of these smaller towns that you're doing it in, no shot to anybody that's from these places, but like Birmingham, they had some in Houston, but they had some like one in Arkansas. Like, and when you have places like this that don't really have a lot of infrastructure for major teams, if you can have a semi-pro team like baseball, we look at the Savannah Bananas every damn week on Sports Center. Why not have something like that for the NFL? As much as you're going to fight it, it's going to happen. You might as well get ahead of it now, combine it, run it, and make that kind of like your gimmick league and allow people to come up every, kind of like the NBA did with the G League before it became what it is now. They were bringing players up at the end of the year that had been in the G League for 10 years, giving them that opportunity. Do that in the NFL. Like, you had the mold. The mold is there. It's easy. The playbook is there. You just got to follow it. You could do it. And you got the money. Y'all don't lose money in the NFL. Y'all make billions of dollars.
That is the part. Like, you can afford it. That's the biggest thing for me is basketball, especially back then, was more of a, all right, well, we need proof of concept. We're not. The money is showing up as we grow this league top end. The NFL is top end set. The money is there. We going to Europe to play now. We want to play in Mexico City. That's also an opportunity where, okay, you might not be able to get a pro team. Maybe you get one of these teams, and Mexico City, that's going to be the one. You put your USFL team, or I probably have to be XFL, but XFL team in Mexico City.
Yeah, shout out to the United States men's soccer team too. Beat Mexico in Mexico City for the first time in a long time. It was a lot of. I watched that game. I normally don't stay up and watch that, but they were fighting. And when you see fighting, and it wasn't no soccer fighting. It was soccer, but it wasn't soccer flopping fighting. The USA player's jersey got ripped off. He had scratches on him. The Mexican dude got punched in the back of the head and hit the ground. I was like, oh, they fighting for real. And I was like, now, United States men team, y'all need to get on out of there, though, because they started throwing stuff on the field. They started throwing drinks on the field. They were in Vegas. I'm sorry. They were throwing stuff on. All them people from Mexico came. They started throwing stuff on the field. I was like, now y'all need to get on out of there now. These folks don't play.
They're not finna do none of that in Las Vegas. Let me let you know that right now. You get throw a little on the field, but we gonna get to you. I'll get to you. Don't worry about it.
Now, and I wanted to bring that up because of the callback about the black soccer player where the team sat down in protest. Vinny. This was the first time, and I think they've made this change in international soccer play. FIFA is what you got. Where the referee stopped the match and said, "We've heard discriminatory language. We will not start the game again until either you're quiet or that person is removed." That's the first time I'd ever seen that in any game, any sport, but especially soccer. The fact that they made that change immediately, that was commendable, and they got somebody up out of there too. They got him up out of there
because you're not finna ruin. Hey, him. He said it. Also, before we close out, y'all might want to look at some of these FIBA. I think that U18 or U16 basketball scores, men and women. They float through the group every day, and I'm telling you, these young children are stomping out people from other countries. I'm talking about, I see scores like 123 to 34. It's just beating people, like beating them beyond recognition. Now, I don't know how well this is going to fare for us later. If you continue just to disrespect people and stomp them out eventually, mad.
5 minutes. We got 5 minutes before we go. I think this is something interesting to talk about. You think running backs are being undervalued in today's football?
Yes, but only for right now. It's about to change.
I think to
About
me,
to change.
I think running backs were the last skill position to evolve. And I think now that they've evolved, they're evolving, right? Before, there's no more Brandon Jacobs. You ain't never going to have a 6'4", 275-pound running back ever again. But when you see what the Falcons about to do with Bijan Robinson, when you see what some of these new running backs are coming in and how they're playing,
you're
going to have to pay them a whole lot of money soon.
The Derrick Henrys of the world, they will always find a place. You can't. If that kid has been that good and that dominant, I don't care if he can't catch or that's not what he does. The way that he destroys human, we're gonna pay him. But going forward, I think that, and I'm admittedly a little afraid, Bijan Robinson is going to reset. He has a very high chance of resetting the running back market in ways that we have never seen. And I think
he's going to be Marshall Faulk, LaDainian Tomlinson, Reggie Bush. Shout out to Reggie Bush, who just played.
Yes.
You came to the NFL 5 years too early.
Yeah.
5 years too early. Could you imagine Reggie Bush today?
Oh, don't want to. But yes.
But go ahead. Finish the point. Sorry.
He's Bijan's ability to be able to, like we watch the practices, we watch what we can. He is out there with the wide receiver group. Nope, I'm leaving my position group of running backs. I'm going to run routes with the wide receivers and looks comfortable getting in and out of breaks. And I think that Arthur Smith is going to try to use him and play different matchups. So eventually one of these guys is going to say what Deebo Samuel said. Hey, I'm playing two positions. I need to be paid. I have to be the highest paid at this position. And you can't pay me low ball highest paid at this position. No, it's that simple. And I think that Bijan is probably going to be successful, and we're going to have to pay him a ton of money.
Man, we about to run like the 2023 version of the wing tee. Yeah, we are.
No.
When I say 2023 version, still will be passing, but you're going to have Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, Cordero Patterson, and Kyle Pitts and Drake London on the field at the same time.
Yes.
We're just you go
get to the line early. We're running a little motion. We're gonna see who's in man. If you in man and you're against a guy who you're faster than, beat him down the field. If you're gonna put Drake London on a smaller guy, we're gonna inside route you, curl you to death. It is. And I think that everybody's okay with everybody else getting touches because nobody is a star.
Yeah, everybody.
So this is so everybody gotta kind of let everybody live. So it's matchup football, and Desmond Ridder throw to the open man. That's all we ask. You don't have to get cute, but you do need to get to the line because we need to run motion so we can see where our matchups are.
I agree. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of Saturday Morning Live. We got no bet sports games to bet. Shout out to the Braves. Hey, Ronald Acuna is MVPing it up. Shout out 30 stolen bases before the All-Star game. He looks
Who told y'all?
Insane.
Who told y'all?
Who told
y'all?
And also go vote for the Braves. The entire lineup is basically on the All-Star ballot, except for our pitchers because they all hurt.
Spencer Strider.
Oh yeah, go Spencer Strider and the closer, I believe. So go vote for the Braves. All y'all, nobody cares about the Dodgers. Nobody cares about the Yankees in New York. Everybody else is Braves fans. Y'all make sure.
Shout out to the Mets burning that money. Shout out to the Mets burning the bread. I'm so happy. Once again, excellent Saturday Morning Live. Thank you guys for rocking with us. We will be back on Monday. Please join us. Please let us know what you want to talk about. It is the off season for the majority of what we focus on. We do have the draft coming up. I'm concerned about what the Hawks would do there.
I don't know what we're doing. Everybody's available for Pascal Siakam, apparently, except for Trey. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I don't hate that answer, but
he's 30. Oh. All right. Well, we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, let's get on out.